Whew, give me a minute. I'm getting set up. Getting set up. Getting set up. Where is this? 9 a.m. 9 p.m. There we go. Let's get started. Let's get it started in here. And here we go. Here we go. Here we go, yo. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go, yo. Good evening, everyone. My name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader, where I invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow. Looking for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Let's see who we have in the house tonight. Nobody. Who do we have over here? Just getting the ball rolling. Who do we have? Double J, CSR, Williams, Toshia Henderson, Cody, Jury, Jennifer. Jennifer, Jean, Diana, VNSHX4. What the hell kind of name is that? David G, how you doing? Thank you, David. Rick, Jack, Kevin, Dory. Broke Proof. Okay. Max Angst, Mike in Love. Hey, Mike, nice to see you back again. You're one of those people who shows up over and over again. Leon, good evening. Mark, what's happening, Mr. Mark? What's going on? Okay, what do we have there, Mr. Mark? Greetings, James from Ohio, on the lake shore of Lake Erie. Okay. Max, Mike, Bill, Leon, Richard Guerrera. XRP people, good evening. Jay Collins, him, Sam, Stocks, Can. What the heck kind of a name is Can? What are we going to name him? Can? What about Box? Can, how you doing? Elva, Hellball, Mike. R. Green, good evening. Matt, Lori, Zill, Stocks, Heli Pilot, cool. Leon Troyer, good evening. David G, Mikey P, 77, good evening. Enza, hey, Enza's in the house. What's happening, Enza? Nope, I just slicked it back. Yeah, I got a haircut a couple of days ago, but it is what it is. Casanastra, what's happening, brother? Nice to see you. Okay, Crypto Rich Bitch wants to take a look at IBIT. All right, we'll take a look at IBIT. Why the hell not? Let's take a gander. IBIT, iShares Bitcoin ETF. Can we all say hell no? Now, the reason why I'm saying hell no on an iShares Bitcoin, no 20 years of profits. I'm looking for 20 years of consistent profits. IBIT, how long has it been around? Seriously, let's take a look. Let's go to Yahoo Finance and find out exactly how long has IBIT been profitable. Helps if I spell it right. Yeah, I did. Holy cow. All right, well, let's find out. Here we go. All right. iShares Bitcoin Trust ETF IBIT. $38.97. Crypto Rich Bitch, you've been here long enough. I told you we don't do stocks that do not have any dividends. Okay, this is a dividend investing channel. Now, we use dividends to see is the company profitable or not. IBIT doesn't have any dividends, so why are we looking at it? Okay, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. Let's go and see what it's offering. Look at the last 30 days. 30 days ago, here's the high, 56. Drops down to 35, bounces up, pulls back, bounces up again. What's going on here? It's just going sideways at the moment. There's no real play here. Not until she starts moving above this mark right here. 1, 2 days to the upside. On the third day to the upside from the 30-day bottom, that's where I jump in. So I'm waiting for it to go above 40 before I jump in. Until then, no. Can we check Nike again? Donald, let's check out Nike. NKE, here we go. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, up, down, up, down. Come on, even a third grader could do that one. Down, up, down, up, down. It's basically in a downtrend at the moment. Give it a little time. If you really like Nike, here's your last 30 days. 30-day high, 30-day bottom, back up, back down. No real way, no real direction. Sorry. Squibb 6. Okay. Donald Shaw. We just checked it out. Crypto Richie. All right. Thank you, Richie. What's up? Who's that? Savagione. All right. You just shorted it. All right, it might be a good play. Now, I don't short, so I couldn't help you out with that one. Certain things I do and certain things I just don't do. Who do we have over here? VHNXZ 4797. What were your parents smoking when they named you? Seriously, what did they call you? VH? I don't know. All right. Harley-Davidson. Ooh, let's take a look at Harley-Davidson. David wants to take a look at FCX. Right after we take a look at Harley-Davidson. HOG. If you did not know, Harley-Davidson is over 100 years old. I don't know if that means anything to you or not, but Harley-Davidson has a minor problem. Think about it. Harley-Davidson has a minor problem. Does anybody know what it is? I'll give it to you in a nutshell. Not anyone, but ask yourself after I say this and then see if it makes sense. Okay? Think about it clearly. Gen Z and Gen, what do you ever call those? The millennials? What is it? Millennial, Gen Z, and the new generation? They have nobody cool. No badass players. We had Steve McQueen. We had Robert De Niro. We had Arnold Schwarzenegger. We had the Hells Angels. We had Henry Fonda. And we had Peter Fonda. We had some cool, badass dudes who rolled Harleys. What does Gen Z have? They don't have, the generation nowadays don't do cool. Now think about it. Leather jacket, all decked out in chrome, low rider, Mad Max. We had Mad Max, exactly. We had some cool, badass people in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. What do they have now? They don't have anybody. Have you ever seen a Gen Z on a Harley? No. So Harley-Davidson has an image issue. Dennis Hopper. Yeah, Dennis Hopper also. Harley is closing down so many dealerships, it's sad. Yeah, no, they got iPhones. Yeah, I see that, G-Man. Okay, so Harley is losing an opportunity here because Gen Z just ain't cool. They're just not. Think about it. Have you ever seen somebody decked out in leathers? Okay, nice chrome bike, low to the ground, loud as hell, with blue and purple here? Hell no. Because it's just not going to work for Harley. No, don't get me wrong. I love Harley-Davidson. They play great premiums. They do. They're over 100 years old. I would like to think they're going to last, but there is a huge problem. Okay, Harley-Davidson is a badass bike, and there aren't any badass Gen Zs out there. There just ain't. Okay, so look, here's the high, here's the low, here's where we were, here's where we are. Look at this, down, up, down. That's it. It's searching for a new bottom. Where is the new bottom? Right? The new bottom is right there. She shot up, pulled back down again. No real rhyme or reason. There's no clear direction with Harley-Davidson. Now, I do own some. But what do we have down here? We have people down here. Money. Noni, hello. Michael Corey, hello. One Love, what's happening, Big Les? Vino, what's happening? Riot, love Riot and Intel. We'll take a look at those in a minute. Blake, come on, dude. You were on this morning. You were. I remember. Okay. Blake, QQQ, hell no. I'll take a look at it and show you why. Okay. Next, Riot. Riot is another one of those companies that's like, don't know where it's going. Here we go. The high, the low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Ooh, not bad. Let's take a look. Now, the chart don't look that bad. That's the 1 year chart. 3 to 4 seconds, you should be good. Here it is, 1522. The 1550s, 52. Think about it. 1550 is the stock price. The premium is 52. Add it up. That's almost 4%. Let's figure it out. Captain Gieselman, what's happening? Just Airy, good evening, good evening. And who else do we have there? Kevin, nice to see you. Okay, let's get back to this. So those are the numbers. Let's take a look at the 90-day chart. Last 3 months, what has happened? Same thing. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, up, down, up, down, up. You can see it in the 90-day period. Okay, the 1 year chart looked okay. The 3 month chart looked okay. Now let's look at the 1 month, 30 days. Let's see what it looks like. You can't mistake this for anything. Check it out. Seriously, look. High, low, is, look at this. Down, up. The high is here, way up here. The bottom's way down here. We got here. Look at all that real estate. That's a lot of movement. So yeah, it looks pretty damn good. And the numbers, 1522, we're looking at 52 cents. Let's see what kind of profit that could be. Hey, up, downs in the house. Pro 24, we'll take a look at Intel in a little bit. Sit tight, okay? Let's keep on going. Riot, there we go. So let's get rid of this. Now, what I do here, for those of you that are new, never been here, I'm looking for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. Back in 2008, my 9-year-old daughter says, Daddy, what are you doing? Can you teach me? So my 9-year-old daughter, I got 4 kids. Out of all 4, only my little girl wants to know how to trade stocks. It's weird. You think the boys would be interested in money, but no, they're not. Okay, so here's the thing. 1522, let's do the 1550s. It's paying 52. That should be at least 4%. I'm hoping it's 4%. Let's find out. Now, we're going to change it from single to covered only because it's a trading strategy that is simple and easy. The simplest strategy is just buying the stock. That is the easiest strategy. But there's a minor problem with that. When you buy a stock, just buy it flat out. You have to wait for it to move. You have to come up with a goal that you want it to hit before you even jump in. Well, I don't even bother with that because I know what my profit's going to be before I even jump in. Now, everything's going to come together as we progress, so check it out. You ready? Here we go. The 1550, let's buy it. All right, so 1550, there we go. I'm just want to do one contract so you understand the numbers easier. All right, and here it is. Are you ready? Buy one contract. Riot. February 26. That's 4 days away. That is this coming Friday. Okay? The $15.50 call option. So I'm buying at the current price, which would be $15.22. I'm selling it at $15.50. So I get the difference between $15.22 and $15.50, which is another 28 cents. Big deal. Hold on. I'm picking up 82 bucks off of a $1,468 investment. What I'm doing is I'm creating LYG. We'll get to that in a minute or two. All right, sit tight right there. Philip, I like Bristol Myers Squibb, by the way. As I'm saying, I'm creating weekly cash flowing assets. The interesting thing about what I'm doing is every single week, every position that I have gives me something. Okay, now before you came here, most people just bought stocks and collected a dividend every 90 days. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, there's nothing wrong with anything that you're doing. This is just an alternative. It's not right, it's not wrong, it's just different. There's no such thing as right or wrong, it's just your interpretation of what's happening at the moment. So what I'm doing, it's not right for everyone. It makes perfect sense to some of us, and to some of us, they want nothing to do with it. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. This is just an alternative to increase the rate of return that you're currently getting. And if you're interested in investing your own money, why not at least look with an open mind at different points of view, different ideas? That's all it is just a different idea. So we have 5 rules that my trade, this is the trading that I created for my 9-year-old daughter back in 2008. Number 1, never, hold the phone. I'm not live streaming. It's not a good thing. Start streaming. Come on. There we go. Okay, now we're streaming. So we got 9 channels going. 9. All right. So as I was saying, which I forget what I was saying, we're all on our own different path. We all have something that we're looking for. Okay, you might have something that you're looking for that doesn't mean anything to me. I may have something that I'm looking for that doesn't mean anything to you. But we're all on the same journey. We're looking to invest our money someplace that we can feel comfortable. And that's all I'm doing. My comfort level is a little bit different than a lot of you. Because I'm 62, I don't work anymore, so whatever money I have has to last me the rest of my life. So if I'm gaining 1% every week, let's say hypothetically I got 200,000. Okay, if you're 62, okay, and you're thinking of retiring, you better have 100,000 or more. Okay, because it's not going to get any better. Inflation's not going to go away. The rate of return that you collect has to satisfy all your bills. Because do you really want to count on Social Security? Okay, think about this. My first job was in 1974. Okay, I put in 5 decades. 5 decades. Okay, my Social Security check is going to be $585, somewhere in that area. $585. Well, a lot of that time I was in manufacturing. I owned my own company. That's probably why. But, BMY. We're going to get to that. Hold on a second. So I'm not relying on Social Security because it just ain't going to work for me. So whatever money I've accumulated in my working days now has to give me some rate of return. 1% a week works perfectly fine for me. Now, I'm going to be happy when I get my Social Security check next month. That'll be my very first one. And yes, I want the actual check because I'm going to take all those crappy little pieces of crap and post them on my wall. All right? All right. Let's keep on going. Anyway, Riot, let's do some math, figure out what is the rate of return. Rate of return is how much are you getting from your money. It's a rate of return. If I put in $1,000 at the end of the week, what am I getting back? I want at least 1%. So 1% of 1,000 is what is it, $10? Not a lot. Not the point. I want my 1%. But the thing is, 1% every single week comes to over a 50% by the end of the year. And that's what I'm looking for. 1% a week. All right, so here we go. Riot. Let's get the calculator out. Right there. Calculator. And we're going to figure out the rate of return by taking the profit, which we've already discussed. Okay. Max profit, $82. Put in 82 into the calculator. Okay. 82. And to get the rate of return, we want to divide it by the investment. Well, the investment, 1468, divided 1468, comes to a grand total of, you ready for this? I was hoping it was 4%, but no, 5.5%. That's 5.5% for 4 days. But here's the question. Do you like Riot? Remember rule 1? Never buy something you don't understand or you do not want to own. I'm going to write that one down, by the way, in case you're wondering. Ooh, we got GM, okay, Riot. 5.5. I like that one. I might actually do that one tomorrow. Imagine that. Okay, so 5.5%. Wonderful. Now you got to ask yourself, do I like Riot? Am I willing to hold on to it? We're going to save this one only because I just like that number, 5.5. Save it. So we're going to save it for the list for this week. Where is it? Come on. There it is. That's what we found this morning. There it is. Come on, come on. Whoops. There it is. Riot. One covered call Riot. 20 February. That's this coming Friday. The $15.50 call option. What does it mean? It means I'm going to buy it first thing in the morning and I'm going to turn around and sell it for $15.50. What am I collecting? 82 bucks. Not a lot, but it is over 5% for 1 week. $14.68 is the investment. $5.5. These are the four that we found this morning. For the fun of it, we did this morning also. And let's go to the next one. We said we're going to look at Bristol Myers Squibb. Give me 1 second. We'll take a look at that one. We already did Harley-Davidson. We have down here Riot. We did Intel Pro 241. I love Intel. I do. I actually have some INTC. Uh-oh. Got to get rid of this first. Got to get rid of this. Got to go here. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And here we are. Intel. Are you ready? INTC. And here we go. The high. The low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down. Sideways. Up. Down. What's she doing now? Let's take a look at the last 30 days. Here you go. 30-day high. 30-day bottom. Shoots up. Pulls back. Shoots up. Pulls back. Nope. Not this week. But definitely maybe next week. So let's put Intel down for next week. It's not there. Intel next week. The reason why, I'm going to give you 1 second why. I'm going to tell you why. INTC. All right. The reason why I'm saying Intel next week, not this week, is because look at where we are. 30-day high. Now she's dropping. But look at how much she's dropped so far. Not last Friday. This right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 days lower. How much lower do you think it's going to get before she turns around? I think 5 more days. So guess what? Not this week, but next Monday, we're going to maybe next Sunday, we'll take a look at Intel, and hopefully she'll be down around here. Because profit taking continues. Okay? 30-day high. Profit taking continues until it's done. That means she's going to drop until she's done dropping. It's just that plain and simple. Stocks go up until they're done going up. And stocks go down until they're done going down. You can call it support, you can call it resistance. Okay, I like facts, and facts are facts. Stocks stop going up when we, the buyers, stop buying. Stocks stop going down when we, the buyers and sellers, say, you know what, this is a great price, let me buy. Not there yet because she's still dropping. Okay, when it gets to a certain point, okay, I'm going to say, oh, hell no. Intel at this price, I'm buying some. Not there yet, I'm going to give it another week. But don't get me wrong, I love Intel. Okay, I buy Intel over and over and over again. It has great premiums. The premiums are phenomenal for Intel. Intel, Dell, and a few others. All right. What else do we have? Philip. Philip was here. Philip wants to take a look at BMY, Bristol Myers Squibb. Tony Eterno. BMY on a rebound. It is at a peak. Uh-oh. Hold on a second. Bristol Myers Squibb. BMY. Hell no. Sorry, dude. The top right there, now she's pulling back. So, give BMY 2 weeks. Not there, but it is now. BMY 2 weeks from today. I love Bristol Myers Squibb. They are a dividend king. Do you understand what a dividend king is? It's just what it sounds like. It's the king. It's one of the best there is. Do you know why? 5, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 decades. That's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years or more of increased profits. You can't get any better than a dividend king. Ooh, what if they had dividend emperors? Like 100 years or more of increased profits. I wonder who that's going to be. Because you got a couple of them now, they're in their 70s. Can you imagine that? 70 years of increased profits? That's freaking awesome. But anyway, dividend kings, 5 decades. That's a half a century of profits. Every single year, higher and higher and higher profits. How the hell can you go wrong with companies like that? Are you Bill Nye the Science Guy? Do I look like Bill Nye the Science Guy? Anyway, what else do we have? Mr. Darrell, UNH and Humana. Okay, sit tight. All right. Savage One, Fermi. What the heck is Fermi? Really, come on. Fermi, F-E-R-M-I. Is that right? Yeah. Fermi Inc. Okay, so Savage One. We cannot find that symbol. So it's either Canadian stock or some foreign stock because it's not available on the U.S. stock market. So no. Roger, L-Y-G. Roger, what the hell is L-Y-G? Lloyd's Banking Group. No. Okay. Rule number 4. I don't know if you will listen or not, but rule number 4 is weekly options only. Okay. February, March, April, July. Those are months. I don't do monthly. The numbers just don't work. Tony Nebius. You got to give me the ticker symbol, brother. It doesn't mean nothing to me whatsoever. Tony Eternal, thank you. Some comments of the live have been filtered to protect the community's experience. I think that's a good idea. Well, I'm the one who sets that up. All right. Younger generation doesn't even want to drive or get a driver's license, let alone a motorcycle license. Well, hey, I understand it completely. I do. Okay, don't get me wrong. I love Harley-Davidsons. I used to have one. Okay, I traded it in for a Goldwing. You get to a certain point where you want comfort rather than coolness. Now, don't get me wrong. I look pretty badass on my Harley. I had the leather pants, I had the leather boots, I got the chains, the big leather jacket, which, by the way, my leather jacket's over 50 years old. I got it when I was in high school 40-something years ago. My uncle gave it to me, who he had it for another 10 or 15 years before me. And it weighs a ton. You want to talk about leather, there's a half a cow in that jacket. So Tampa Flyer. Ooh, dude, you're right in the area. I'm right in St. Pete. Dude, we should have lunch. Seriously. Robert, country to the core. All right, Robert, I'm going to agree with you. The Dude Digest, quadruple U. Let's check it out. Never know who it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Energy Fuels Inc. Interesting. Now, I have no idea who they are. I have no idea what they do. But it's going to be a no for this week. Reason being, here's the high. Here's the low. She's at $4. She shoots up, pulls back, shoots up, pulls back. If you really like it, give it some time. Okay? She shoots up, pulls back, shoots up, pulls back. It's actually dropping at the moment. If you really like the quadruple U, give it some time. It might get where you want it to go. All right, dude. John Bahay, you got to be able to read charts. I'd support resistance. if buying stocks. Okay, John, I'm going to agree to some point and disagree in others. The reason I'm saying that, John, is because I'm looking at the last 30 days. What I want to see, John, is where do I think it's going next? That's my only concern. Because stocks do two things and two things only. They go up and they go down. All right, John, so if 30 days ago we're at 18, okay, John, you following along? 30 days ago we're at 18. She shoots up to 28. 18 to 28 is a $10 move. That's a 60% move, John. 60%. Support and resistance got nothing that tells you that that's a 60% move. Now, I'm agreeing with you. Support and resistance do come in handy in certain types of trades. Not this one. Okay? So, if she shoots up 60%, okay, do the numbers. 18 to 28 is about a 60% move. So think about it. If you bought something and in 3 weeks, was it 3 weeks? 1, 2, 3. 3 weeks, it jumps up 60 points, 60%. Okay, you got a couple of choices. Take the profits, don't take the profits. But I tell you what, once you get the first person taking profits, it's a domino effect. Profit taking, boom, 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 boom. Okay? Jack and Jill up the hill. 60%, they got their fill. Now they come down, 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 and broke the freaking crowd. Besides the point, 60% up, profit taking. Bounces, the dead cat bounce. 60% profit, bounce. Now she's up, now she's going back down. Now she's going to keep coming down until she finds a new bottom and goes back up again. But you're right, support and resistance comes in on certain type plays. Not this type of play. This type of play is for 5 days and 5 days only. I want to jump in on a Monday and I want to get out on Friday, ideally. I mean, that's it. Does it make sense? 60% move, profit taken. Now she's back up, back down. Not there. Now, don't get me wrong. You know, you might like you. But does it look right? No, it doesn't. Thank you anyway, John. I appreciate that. Michael, how you doing? Christo, are you selling a put or are you buying a put? Okay, Christo, I try to stay away from puts. Only because what I'm showing you here, Christo, okay, is a trading strategy I created for my 9-year-old daughter back in 2008. It is the simplest and easiest trading strategy I've ever seen. Now, I'm saying that, yeah, because I created it. But here's the criteria. You ready, Christo? It had to be simple. It had to be safe. It had to be predictable, consistent, and no way for my 9-year-old daughter to lose. That's the criteria I had to come up with. So we got 5 simple rules. And they are pretty simple. Rule 1, never buy something you don't want to own. Rule 2, never sell at a loss. It defeats the purpose. Rule 3, weekly options only. Wait. Rule 3 is make sure the company's profitable. Rule 4 is weekly options only. And then Rule 5 would make sure all the numbers work. Okay, I'm looking for 1%. That's it. But 1% every week does come to over 50% at the end of the year. That's what I'm looking for. Now, for my 9-year-old, how do you keep the attention of a 9-year-old? It's got to be simple. Got to be able to do it in less than 5 or 10 minutes. So it's really not that difficult. What did I buy? What did I sell? Where's it at? Where's it going? What should I do? After I buy something, that's basically all it is. What did I buy? What did I sell? Where's it at now? Where does it look like it's going? And what should I do? It's not that difficult. The simplicity is what really gets most adults. Because adults want things to be complicated so it can satisfy their ego. I'm investing in the stock market. I'm doing this, and I'm making money. Yay, wonderful. Well, great. I got a 9-year-old that averages 5% a month. You do realize that's over 60% per year. Okay, now, not that she's trading anymore, because at 13 I lost her to that girly thing. But from 9 until 13, she was like my shadow. And then, you know, once a girl turns 13, you know what happens. And yeah, so daddy was just the ATM daredevil, you know, whatever. But it's not the point. The point is the strategy: simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way to lose. 1% a week. That's what we're looking for. Alrighty. Mr. Darrell, UNH and Humana. Let's take a look. UNH, UnitedHealth Group. Take a look at this. You ready? High, low. Where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up, sideways, up, down. Okay, so it's actually going up at the moment after a gap down. That looks kind of exciting. We're going to zoom into that, and I'm going to explain to you why it looks exciting. But before I do, remember Rule 5? Make sure all the numbers work. What am I buying it for? $293. What am I going to sell it for? What's closest to $293? That would be $290, $250. $4, $5. Okay, that works. Okay, so now I want to zoom into this and take a look at that last 30 days. What does that look like? Here's your last 30 days. Down, up, down, down, up. This is called a gap. That's where nothing happens between here and here. That's a gap. And gaps, my friends, have a tendency to fill. Do you know what that means? That means this baby is going to go up and fill that gap between 330 and 300. So yeah, that is going to fill eventually. Is it going to be this week, next week, the week after? We don't know. But gaps have a tendency to fill. Let's check it out. All right. 293, we're going to do the 292.50s. Same thing, let's do this. 292.50, there it is. One contract, so you understand. And let me say something before we go on any further. For those of you that are new, haven't been here before, the screen behind me, okay, this screen is live on YouTube. So if you can't see these little tiny numbers on your iPhone or your tablet, you can waltz yourself into the other room, and on that big screen TV you just bought, yeah, you can pull this up. It's on YouTube Live at the moment. Makes it easy to see these little numbers. Okay, that being said, oh, Brandon, thank you for that. Let's take a look. Covered call, UNH, 20 February, 292, 478, 28,000. Let's break out the calculator. Is that a good trade or not? As I get older, this is looking better and better. Running gold. Trust me, dude, if you're young, live it up. Okay, the older you get, the less things work. I cannot do now what I used to do when I was younger. And I hate it. I hate it with a passion. But I can do a hell of a lot more than most people 62. I can. Ooh, all right. You want to hear something funny? New Year's Eve, we went downtown. Okay, we got dressed to the nines, okay? I'm wearing a top hat and tails. Okay, tuxedo, top hat and tails. What I didn't have the white gloves or the cane. But I looked pretty spiffy. But there's a banyan tree downtown. Yep, you guessed it. Old numbnuts here climbed the tree in a tuxedo and a top hat. Had my picture taken up in the tree. Who the hell at 62 years old climbs a tree in a tuxedo and tails and a top hat? Okay, one of these days I'll share that picture. I'm going to put it up on my website. Anyway, all right, here we go. Let's check out the numbers. Calculator, 478 is the profit. Let's divide it by the investment, 28,772, grand total of, oh man, this is horrible. It's only 1.6. But still, 1.6 for 4 days. Okay, let's save this one. All right, where is it? There it is. Here we go. One covered call, UNH. 20 February. That's this coming Friday. The 290-250 call option. 478 is the profit. 28,000 is the investment. That is a 1.6% for 1 week. Now, I know it doesn't sound like a lot, and I'm terribly sorry for some of you people that want to strike it rich overnight. This ain't it. This is boring as hell. This is monotonous. This is aggravating. It is the same stocks over and over and over again. Terribly sorry. It's not exciting at all. There's no shiny objects. That, nothing grandiose. But you know what it does do? Consistent, predictable, and safe. I'm retired. I'm terribly sorry. Now, 20, 30 years ago, if you talk to me, I've been doing options, crazy, weird stuff. Big returns. Big losses, big returns. So here, I have almost no losses. I think last year, 2,500 to 3,500 trades. 2,500 to 3,500 trades. I think I lost 4 times. That's almost a 98 or 99% win rate. But it's only 1% every week. I mean, come on, that's crappy. But still, 50%, I can deal with it. Okay, what do we got? All right. Hustling. Oh, Hustle and Motivate 305. Cool beans, thank you. Gene Ticks. Okay. Isa, thank you. Cousin Astra, thank you. Devi, all right. Mr. Darrell, we did UNH. All right, we saved UNH. Yep, there it is right there. It came out 1.6, right? 1.6. Okay, I can deal with 1.6. Mr. Darrell, Humana, let's take a gander at it. Let's get rid of this. 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 Back to there, back to here, and let's put in that other one. Humana, H-U-M. Ooh, you don't hear that very often, do you? Ooh, here we go. Take a look at that right there. That looks pretty awesome. We're going to zoom into that for a second. Hold on. Let's do the whole thing. High, low, was, is, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. This is what I want to see the last 30 days. Let's zoom in. But before we do, 184, the 185s are going for $4. That's over 2%. But do you like Humana? I know Mr. Darrell does. He wouldn't ask if he didn't like it. That's what you got to figure out. Do you like Humana? Dago! Could I get started with this under $1,000? Yeah, you can. It's going to be a little challenging. It's going to take you a long time to get there. But you know what? 1% of $1,000 is only $10 a week. That's it. Think about it. $10 a week starting out with $1,000. At the end of the year, okay, you made $500. That's it. You're trading your time an hour a week. Think about it. 10 minutes a day, 5 days a week is an hour. Okay, 50, 60 minutes, right? Okay, 1% a week on $1,000, that's $10. That's $10 an hour, Duggo. Now, don't get me wrong, you got to start somewhere. Now, I have no idea how old Duggo is. He could be in his 20s, he could be in his 30s. He could be in his 40s, he could be in his 50s. But at least he wants to start somewhere. Now, Duggo, I want to show you something before we go on. Okay, before I go on this, I want to do this right now, Duggo, before I forget. I'm trying to find it. There it is. Duggo, what I want to show you, you're going to love this. Okay, Duggo, behind me, The10MinuteTrader, that's my website, okay? The10MinuteTrader, check it out. Live trading. You want to make a phone call, okay? Book a call right there. It's not what I wanted to show you. Right up here on the top. Click on that. Duggo, you ready? This is what you want right here. Weekly compound interest calculator. Duggo, check this out. Weekly compound interest calculator. Here we go. Duggo, are you ready? Check this out. Okay. You want to put in a number here. You want to start with $1,000? Great. Put $1,000 in there. Now, Dougo, what kind of weekly or monthly amount do you want to deposit on a consistent basis? Give me a number. $10, $20 a week, $30 a week, $50 a month, $100 a month. What number? Dougo, quick, quick, quick. What do we got? What do we got? Dougo, where are you? All right, Dougo, I see all these people putting stuff in. What do you want to put in every week, Dougo? $5, $10, nothing? We can do it with nothing if you want. Okay, he's not giving me anything. All right, hold on. I'll put a number in there for you just in case. All right, right there. All right, Dougo, a weekly compound interest calculator. It calculates the returns. Now, I wish it was darker so you could see it better. Okay, but still, this is live on YouTube, and if you're on YouTube, you can see it better. But right now, if you're on your phone, it's probably like a big white glare. Okay, but I'll give you the numbers. Enter $1,000 because that's what he wants to start out with. Let's say, Dougo, hypothetically, you put in $10 a week. Fair enough? $10. All right, $10 a week. 1% per week, because that's what we're teaching here. 1% a week, every week. Now, Dougo, let's say you just do this for 10 years. That's it, just 10 years. Start out with $1,000, $10 a week, 1% a week, 10 years. What are you going to get? Are you ready? Not a lot, but it is $352,000 in 10 years, Dougo. $352,000 in 10 years. $1,000, $10 a week. That's compound interest. That's why I created this calculator. It didn't exist before. I had to come up with all the fancy math and have someone create it for me. Let's get out of there. Hopefully that made sense. All right, so back to Humana. Sorry, Mr. Dell, got a little distracted. Take a look. The last 30 days. Let's try that one more time. We want to go back to the 16th, right there. Here's your last 30 days. 30-day high, 30-day bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, big drop, keeps dropping. Here you go. Last Wednesday. Last Wednesday was the 30-day bottom. Thursday, 1 day up. Friday, 2 days up. That's what I'm looking for right there. 30-day top, 30-day bottom. Now she's bouncing, going back up again. But here's the thing. Do you like Humana? Do you even know what they do? Are they profitable? Is this someplace you're okay with parking your money? These are questions you need to ask yourself. Does it make sense? That's question number one, usually. Question number two, usually, do I like this company? Brandon, thanks again. Another one, Brandon, thank you. Question number three, do I like this company at this current price? Okay, so let's find out. Okay, 184, we already did this. Let's get here. Let's do a covered call on Humana. Okay, the closest one is going to be the 185. There it is right there. Covered stock, 185. There it is. One contract. Here's Johnny. Buy one covered call Humana. 20 February, it's this Friday. The 185 call option. 510, 18,000 is the investment. Let's run it through the calculator. What kind of rate of return is that, Mr. Darrell? Here we go. Calculator, $510. We're going to divide that by our investment. Okay, 17,990. We could call it 18,000, but 2.8% for 1 week. I don't know, Mr. Darrell, what do you think? 2.8%? Okay, now we know 1% every week is 50% or more a year. 2% a week, that's got to be more than 100% or more a year. So 2.8, yeah, more money, yay. All right, let's get rid of this one. Yep, we are going to save this one. going to save this one because I like Humana. Humana is on my list, and I'm going to write that baby down for tomorrow. I forget what it was. Was it 2.8? 2.8. 2.8. Yep. I'm so old, I write stuff down. Terribly sorry. All right. Let's save this one. There it is right there. Whoops. There it is. Humana. 20 February, the 185 call option. Look at the current price is 182. Okay, that works. We could probably go 182.50 if we wanted, but 510's the profit, 18,000 is the investment, 2.8% for 1 week. Does it make sense? Do you like Humana? Remember, never buy something that you don't like. Why did that turn off? Okay. All right, we're saving this one, 2.8. I hate it when it does that. I do. All right, give it a moment. Alex, how you doing? Wallet Whisperer, interesting. William Decker, how's it going there, Mr. William Decker? Wow, holy cow. I missed all these questions. Uh-oh. Wow. All right, there we go. All right, sit tight. Let's do this one more time. $1.8. 2.8, sorry. 2.8. Gotta love it. 2.8. All right, I'm going to sit down, grab a seat, get comfortable, and I'm going to answer a bunch of questions. Let's see what we got. Philip, welcome. Dougo, thank you there, Mr. Dougo. Christopher, Christo, Coca-Cola is a dividend king. 5 decades of consistent profits. Okay, that's over 50 years. That's a half a century. But Christo, I don't buy Coca-Cola. I think I bought Coca-Cola twice in 30 years. The premiums really aren't that good. All right, let's keep on doing this. Philip, 63-cent dividend BMY. Okay, I'm not looking for the dividend. I'm looking for the premium. There's a difference between the premium, the dividend. Okay, big difference between the premium and the dividend. Let's keep on going. Yes, how are you? Thank you. Amazon recovering soon. I don't do Amazon because they don't have dividends. Sorry. Masco, John Bahay, how are you doing? No. And back to where we started. All right, there we are. Okay, MAS. What the hell is MAS? I said a MAS, a TER, a G with a double E. Okay, John, no. I don't do monthlies. You already know that, John. I don't know why you're asking me about that. Todd, told you. Okay, I have no idea what you said, Riley, but okay. We already looked at Nike. We already looked at Harley-Davidson is going the way of the newspaper. Yeah, probably. And that's sad because I love Harley-Davidson. It's got that nice look. CEG, Mikasa, CEG. Is that Conagra? A Constellation. Damn it. Ooh. You don't get me saying that very often, do you, Mia? All right, here we go. Top, bottom, where was it? Where is it? Look, it's down, up, down, up. Gotta love it. 288 to 287, 860. Hell yeah. But here's the thing. Does CEG actually have 2 decades of profits? I don't know. Does it? Let's check it out. All right, we don't need that. Let's go to this. CEG in Yahoo Finance. What do we got? Ooh, Constellation Energy. Check it out. Oh, whoa. Hold the phone. Who came up with okay. Mia Casa. Do you see the numbers here? The very first dividend for CEG was February 2022, 3 years ago. Hi, can you see NASDAQ? Yes, what am I looking at? So anyway, Mia Casa, 3 years doesn't work for me. Okay, 14, 28, let's check the numbers. 14, 28, 35, 38. Not enough. I want 2 decades, that's 10, 20 years, not 3 years. Sorry. What else do we have? Morning Joe! What if nobody buys your contract? Morning Joe doesn't work that way. Okay? Now, Morning Joe, I understand the question, and sometimes you can be right depending on what type of order you put. Let me explain that for a second. Okay? Sit tight. I'll change this for a second. Here we go. I had to plug it in. Morning Joe. You see this up here? It's called the bid and the ask. Bid, ask. Okay, what a lot of people don't understand is when it says bid and ask, that means if it is posted, the market maker is required by law to fill it at that price. Okay, if he's posting it for sale, he has to fill it. If you do a market order, it gets filled instantaneously, whatever the market maker feels like giving it to you. And most likely, it's right in this area. If you do a limit order higher or lower than this number, then yeah, it might not get filled. So you have to be leery of what you ask for, okay? If you buy it at 288, okay, and the 288s are going for 860, and you say you want 10, that's called a limit order. This is what I want. If it doesn't get filled, it's your own damn fault for asking for too much. What I'm looking for, Morning Joe, is just 1%. So if the stock is at 288, I'd be doing the 287.50s, and they're going for 860. Well, if it doesn't go for that, I'll drop it to 850, I'll drop it to 840, as long as it's more than 1%. Uh-oh. Christo, what do you think about HIMS? I am very unhappy with HIMS. Okay, Christo, the reason I'm unhappy with HIMS is I bought HIMS before the lawsuit. So HIMS is in a current lawsuit at the moment. I bought HIMS at 40. At this, okay, I'm going to zoom in so you can get a better look at it. Whoops, no, that wasn't it. Here, it dipped. I bought right there, okay? 30-day bottom, 3 days up. That's where I bought, right there, right around 40 bucks. Lawsuit came and boom, we're down at 16. More than a 60% drop with HIMS. Okay? I bought it before the lawsuit. I still own it. I still sell covered calls, even though I bought it at 40 and now it's at 16. You see, this week I sold I think it was the 1750s and still brought in, I think it was 17s, and still brought in 1%. I sold less than what I paid for it, but 3 strikes out of the money. That means the stock has to turn around and go back up before I lose. But here's the thing. I watch it every single day. And if I'm really concerned, I will set an alert. An alert is easy. You right click, or wait a minute, get out of the way. Okay? You come over to the chart, right window opens up, create an alert right there. This pops up, and what I do is I put in whatever price I want to be notified. So if the stock moves up, I want Charles Schwab to say, hey, come take a look at your stock before you lose any money. So it's there. It's free to use. You should use it if you think it's going to go down or up, whatever. How's TMF? Uh-oh, what are we looking at? Okay, we did HIMS. Do you have tutorials on YouTube? Johan, I do. Have fun looking for them. There's 1,700 videos on YouTube by me. I've been doing this for a very long time. Okay? If you're really interested, DM me your number. Send me your number, I'll give you a call and we'll chat. John Behay, what is the win percentage 20 or 30 years ago? All right, John, I appreciate your input. Let me just show you something really quick. But I'm going to be 100% honest with you, John. Okay? Hold on. Okay, here's where my honesty is going to come in, John. Are you ready? Hold on a second. John, you see this right here? Start date, August 31st, 2011. That was my very first blog post. Okay? My first year, averaged 9% per month my first year. My second year, averaged 8.78% my second year. My third year, 3.3% per month. Went down a little bit. But here's the thing. If you take a look at my old blog posts, okay, this doesn't give me the date. 2011. This is from 2011. This is from 2013. After a setback this week, 10.7% overall weekly average, slipping to 1.3% weekly basis. The covered call on BCO will keep our losses down, but will affect the bottom line, question mark. After reviewing my trades, I missed a buy signals or put some in late. Definitely dropped the ball this week and suffered for it too. I wrote that back in 2013, where I showed all my trades. Okay? All my trades. Gives you my profit and loss year to date, all that fun stuff. So you ask me, do I remember what it is? No. I'm 62, dude. You'd be glad if I know what I had for dinner yesterday. What the hell did I have? I don't even remember what I had. Because, see, I don't live in the past. And some people have a hard time accepting this. Whatever happened yesterday or the day before, I don't know, I don't care. Because I don't live in the past, I live in the future. I look for what's happening today, what's happening tomorrow, what's happening next week. Because there's nothing I can do about yesterday and last year and 10 years ago. What expiration time your target? 5 days. Let's get out of this. So yeah, the information is there if you want to go digging for it. Do I know what it was? No, I don't. Uh-oh, ABT. Isn't that, what? No, AB. Is that Abbott Labs? No, Abbott Labs is not ABT, is it? ABT. Abbott Labs, okay. Interesting, got a minor problem, Phil. Look at the bounce. 105 to 115. The numbers aren't going to work for you. Okay? Don't get me wrong, you got a gap that will fill eventually, but this baby's going to come up, it's going to pull back, then it's going to continue. Why? Because gaps have a tendency to fill. However, the bottom's here at 105, now we went up to 118. 105 to 118 is 15 bucks. That's more than a 10% increase. If this is 10%, here it's got to be at least 20 or 30. It ain't going to work. It's going to go up, it's going to pull back, and then it'll continue up. Because think about it. And don't kid yourself. Oh, I found something really great. It doesn't work that way. You're not the only dancer on the dance floor. As a matter of fact, 7,696,000. That's almost 8 million. 8 million shares. My 2,000 or 3,000 shares doesn't mean squat. Okay, so if you think you're right or you're wrong, you cannot move the market. You do not, I don't know, I shouldn't say that. You do not have the ability to buy 8 or 9 million shares to move the market. So if you buy a stock and it jumps up 10 to 15%, take your profits and run. Because it's not a profit until you take it. Same as the opposite. It's not a loss until you accept it. Derek, PLTR, hell no. Not even going to bother with it. They don't have dividends, so no thank you. TMF. Giovanni, that's too much fun. We're having too much fun. Yay, TMF. What the hell is TMF? TMF. Direxion shares ETF. Hell, I don't like ETFs. That's going to be a no. Just look at the chart, brother. Okay? Here's your bottom, jumps up, pulls back, and jumps up. Yeah, look at this. 1 gap up, 2 gaps up, 3 gaps up. Yeah, no. That's just no. Because you went from the bottom here at 36, you jumped up to 40. Now, it's not a lot. It's only $4. But a $4 move on a $35 stock is over 10%. Okay? Over 10%, there's going to be profit taking. Someone will, I take profits at 3 or 4%. What makes you think after 10% no one's going to take it? It just doesn't work that way. All right. Let's see what else we got. All right. What do we have down here, dude? Okay. Riot, Intel, we already did that one. Thank you. Hello. Be nice, please, or bye-bye. Thank you. They're up, down. Said hi. Okay. Got Coles. Ooh. Obey wants to take a look at Coles. KSS. And I do have some, just in case you're wondering. Ooh, I like that. I do. Take a quick look. You ready? High, low, was, is. Look at this. Down, up, down, up. That's what we're looking for. High of the year, low of the year. What's going on right there? That's the last 30 days. Are they going up? Did they already go up too far? 16, 16, 16, right there. Okay, it's above the 30-day high. Take a look. 30-day high, 30-day low. She dropped, she shot up. From 16 to 20, count it in your head. 16 to 20 is $4. What is $4 on a $16 stock? It's 25%, if you didn't know. $4 move from 16 to 20, that's $4. That's a 25% increase. You think it's still going to go up? Hell no, it ain't. I'm going to put Coles down for 2 weeks from today because I think there's going to be pullback. In 2 weeks, she should be good to go. KSS. Anyway, next. Oh, what do we have down here? Greenwoods, how you doing? Please help analyze KView. It just crossed dividend date and has not dropped. Is that stock a trap? Ooh, that's an interesting question. KVE, that ain't it. KView, damn it. What is KView? KVUE. KView. Okay. I'm going to say hell no. Okay? Take a look. Seriously, take a look. 45 million shares on Friday. Look at this. We're at 16. We jumped up to 17. Not a big move. Pulled back a little bit and then kept on going to 19. Not a big move, but still. From 16 to 19 is $3. Okay, that's still a big move. What expiry time target? 5 days. We said that TMF. Took a look. Too much fun. We were able to let that Giovanni. Okay, so ask yourself this question. With a big move like that, does it really make sense to jump in? Probably not. Let's keep on going. Message deleted. Money Man, he's selling nothing. Thank you. He is technically selling covered calls, which we love. Uptown, here you go. Yeah, that's funny. That's correct. He just loves talking covered calls and dividend stocks. I got nothing wrong with that. What stocks you got for tomorrow so far apart from Riot? Thoughts on T2? Okay. Hey, James. This is Papa Bear 59. Hey, my name's Papa G. Nice to meet you, Papa Bear. I want your thoughts on ticker Medtronics. Cool. I'm new to options and this channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You want to take a look at Medtronics. MDT. Here we go, here we go. Ooh, that's not a good one. Like, ooh, that's good, but ooh, that's not good. Okay? High, low, where was it? Where is it? Take a look. Up, down, up, down, up, down. It's in a downward turn at the moment, but if you really like it, look, 30 days ago, 96, jumps up to 106. Now it's coming back down again. Wait until the bottom shows up. It always does. Here's your bottom, turns around, goes up. Okay, where's the bottom? Big, huge question mark. If you really like it, wait for it to show up. Stocks go down until they're done going down. It's not rocket scientist. It's not rocket science, sorry. It's not rocket science. It goes up until it's done going up. It goes down until it's done going down. And who decides that? We do. We are the buyers, we are the sellers. Either we like Medtronics or we don't. But don't kid yourself. Okay, when you buy Medtronics at 96 and it jumps up to 106, that's a $10 move. That is a 10% move. Yes, there's going to be pullback. Where's the pullback? Right there. How far is it going to pull back? Don't know. Because you, just like everyone else, just like you, has a price in their head who says, as soon as Medtronics hits 90, I'm buying it again. Duggo, 30. Duggo, you're a little late for answering me, brother. I already went past that one, but thank you. But Duggo, seriously, check it out. Weekly compound interest calculator. How much you want to start out with? You want to start out with $1,000? Great. You want to put in $30 every month, every week? Great. Find a strategy that works for you. Consistency is more important than profitability. Because even a little tiny bit at a time, 1% every single week, 10, 20, 30 years, you're going to be set. You should be good to go. What do we have next? So Papa Bear, hopefully that works for you. IVR, only wave. What is IVR? IVR. Invesco Cap RET. Hell no. Okay, I don't do monthlies. February, March, April, July. They're just not profitable for me. Too much time, too much effort. Okay, see, here's a huge misconception. Okay, you are probably under the assumption that I sit in front of my computer and do this all day. No, I don't. I'm retired. I like to sit and watch the grass grow. Seriously, I got a 6-year-old grandson. I like hanging out with him. I'm a little unhappy now that he's in school because I can't hang out with him during the day. When he was younger, we used to hang out in the pool. We used to do all kinds of weird stuff when he was younger. But now he's in school. So now I can't hang out with my grandson. Anyway, let's keep on going. What else do we got? Never you mind. Okay, got it. Mohammed. Johan. Okay. So you sell calls, and when it goes up to the strike price, you are obligated to purchase this. No. That's for puts. Puts create obligations. Call, there's two different kind of call options. Okay, stock options. There's calls, which if you think is going up, you have the right, but not the obligation. That means you can if you want to, you don't have to if you don't want to. However, the put, okay, these are call options. These are put options. Call option is an opportunity. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. A put option, you're required. It's obligatory. That means if you sell a put option, someone can force you to buy it at a certain price. If you buy a put option, you can force someone to buy from you at a certain price. So calls, the right, not the obligation. Puts, obligatory, means you have to do something. Okay? I stay away from the puts. I like to keep things as simple as possible. And remember, this is for a 9-year-old, so it had to be easy. No, he's obligated. Okay, to sell the shares, blah, blah, blah. Yep, got it. LLY, Doug Mason wants to take a look at Eli Lilly. Now, Eli Lilly's out of my price range. Okay? However much money you think I have, I don't. I ain't buying a stock at $1,000 a share. Ain't no way in hell. Okay? $1,040 a share. You're definitely in the wrong game, brother. I ain't even going to bother looking at it. Look at it. Okay? It was down to 650. She shot up to 1150. Now we're down at 1040. Yeah, no thank you. It's a little too rich for my blood. And I get no problem admitting that. Okay? Good time to buy T2. Mars Lars, how are you today? T2, let's take a look. T2. Okay. Maybe, let's zoom in and take a look. Okay? Here we go. The high, we get a double bottom. Okay? Okay? High, low. Where was it? Where is it? Look, it's down, up, down. What's going on here? That's a big drop, by the way. 16. There it is. Here's your last 30 days. 30-day high, 30-day bottom. So Friday, we ended up at 193, along with 2.5 million other people. Okay? Do you like it? I have no idea who they are. So let's go to Yahoo Finance. Put in T2, and let's see how profitable Take-Two is. I'm going to say hell no. Okay, who came up with T2? Okay, Mars Lars. Sorry, brother. One dividend they paid. September 2008. That's the only dividend they paid. And look how much it was. 0.001. It's not even a penny. It's like 1/1,000th of a penny. Yeah, no, thank you, T2. Okay, what else we have here? Ben, how you doing? Option Pro, how are you? Yes, sir. Oh, 1,000 shares of TSLA. Now, I don't do Tesla because Tesla doesn't have dividends. Entrepreneur, 5 rules. You ready? Here they come. You ready? 5 rules. Never buy something you don't want to own. If you don't understand it, you don't want to own it, don't buy it. Number 2, never sell at a loss. It defeats the purpose of the game. Number 3, weekly up. Nope. Number 3, make sure the company's consistently profitable. Number 4, weekly options only. Number 5, make sure all the numbers work. What are the numbers? Oops, that ain't it. What are the numbers? What am I buying it for? What am I selling against it? How much am I bringing in? Is that more than 1%? Do the numbers all work? Okay. Tony Hawk still making moves. Absolutely, Andrew. Thank you. Topher, you never listed the 5 rules. Okay, I think I just did. Niculator, how you doing? T-Blade, so are you keeping that for 5 days or until you collect 5%? Okay, Blake, I'm looking for 1%. If it jumps up, makes the move, and I'm out 2 or 3 days, fine. If I'm out in 4 or 5 days, fine. If I take it into next week, I'm going to want another set of percentages. Chrysler, does your strategy work on an active trading? Yeah. Mars Lars, thanks. Is it time to short DJAI index? I don't short, number 1. Sorry. And I'm only doing positive attribute stocks, which means I'm not looking for a stock to fail and go down. Regenerates, long AMC, you're welcome. Why the hell would I do AMC? Think about it. Okay? Why? Drop like a rock, 0, 0, 0, 0. Yeah, ain't no way in hell am I buying AMC. The numbers just don't work. You want to do AMC, more power to you. And you're welcome. Thoughts on General Dynamics? Ooh, I love General Dynamics. GD, General Dynamics. That's much better. Look at this. It's going up, pulls back. All right, what's happening here? Okay, zoom in a little bit. Okay, 30-day high, 30-day bottom. Look at this. Thursday was the bottom, Friday 1 day up. So that's a good one to keep your eye on for next week or tomorrow. How do you feel about CIFR? I have no idea what that is. CIFR, Cipher Mining. I'm going to say no. Only reason I'm saying no for Cipher Mining, do you see this? In April, it's at $2. $2. How can you have 20 years of increased profits and the stock still only $2? The numbers it just doesn't make sense. IREN, IREN. This one has no dividends either. I think we checked this one earlier. IREN. Okay. IREN. There are no dividends. Okay. It's a dividend investing channel. Why would I look at IREN when it doesn't have any dividends? What about IREN? That's what we're looking at right now. Okay? IREN Limited, IREN. No dividends, no thank you. PayPal, don't mean to spam. I think you missed my message. I didn't miss it. Let's look at PayPal. PYPL. Are you ready for PayPal? Okay. 1 dividend. 1. I want 2 decades. That's 10, 20 years of increased profits. PayPal has 1 dividend. That's it. Just 1. So you got a long way to go for that one to come to fruition. What do we have here? Duggo. Thank you there, Duggo. Thank you. Gilly, how are you? Brandon, hello. Brandon Odell, all righty. El Gato Blanco, ¿qué pasa, amigo? Okay, how come you don't include the profit from your stock price to the strike price? Simplicity. Okay, El Gato, does that make sense? Okay, I want to make it as simple as possible. Am I making money? Am I making my 1%? Now, I'm terribly sorry if I'm at that point where I'm only looking for 1%. Anything over and above it, I could care less. Not that I could care less, I don't want it. It's like, I made my goal, I'm good. I made more than my goal, even better. What are you holding? Pen. Joshua, so when you sell the call, how far out is it? 5 days. How long do you hold? Hopefully 5 days. Do you wait for it to expire? Joshua, I look every single day. I ask myself 5 questions or 6 questions every single day. What did I buy it for? What did I sell against it? Where is it at now? Where does it look like it's going? And what should I do? That's it. They're simple questions. What did I buy it for? That's an easy one. What did I sell it for? That's just as easy. Where is it at now? Again, easy. Where is it going? Well, that's not as easy because it can go up or it can go down. What should I do next? Let me give you a quote by John F. Kennedy. Are you ready? Some of you heard this. We cannot answer the questions of tomorrow with the information we possess today. That's it. I can't answer that question until Friday comes along. Because on Monday, well, actually tomorrow, we're going to take a look at the stocks we're going to buy tomorrow. Okay? Well, Friday, we take a look. What did we buy? Where is it? What should we do? Because at 3:59 p.m. on Friday, all the options become useless at 4 o'clock. So every day, what did I buy? What did I sell? Where is it? Where does it look like it's going? What should I do? Simple, right? Mikasa, thank you. Andrew, you claim over the year is $50. I'm not quite sure what that means. That's accurate if the stock stays the same, though. No, stocks don't stay the same. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. That's why I ask, what did I buy? What did I sell? Where's it at? Where is it going? What should I do next? Okay, stocks go all the time. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. Where they go, I really don't care, Andrew. My main concern is the company profitable, and do they have weekly options? That's it. That's my two major concerns. If the company is profitable and all the numbers look great, fine. I put it on my list and I trade it. Okay, where's it moving? The chart tells me. The chart changes every single day. That's why I look every single day, because they move every day. Think about it. If you have a cat or a dog, don't you feed it and walk it every day? If you have children, don't you feed them and clothe them every day? Don't you make sure they take a shower and do their homework? Yeah, you do that every day. So why don't you do it with your money? Okay, think about it. We're the only species on this planet that's going to pay to live here. To the degree of which and how you want to live, you need money to do that. It is what it is. I don't make the rules. I just twist them to my favor. That's it. Okay, we're going to wrap it up in a couple seconds. Andrew, gaining 1% per week by week 30, your goal profit is 1% of the number 30% larger. Okay, Andrew, that makes no sense. Okay, 1% a week is over 50% by the end of the year. I'm not quite sure where you're getting the 30 from. Okay, Dill, we'll take a look at that next time, MDST. Navy Guns, how are you? Dr. Corey, does Riot work for 2 or 3 strikes? Ooh, check a look. Riot, 1522. The 1578, that's a nice number. 1 strike out, 52. That's a nice number. 2 strikes out, 2%. 4 strikes out, over 1%. 5 strikes out, just below 1%. So yeah, it does work. Good call on Dividend. IONQ looks great tomorrow. Okay, great. Wingnut, hello. Would Hormel qualify? Of course. Hormel's been in business for over 100 years. Hormel is actually a dividend king. 5 decades, that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years of increased profits with Hormel. I love Hormel. Mars Lars, does Americans have easy access to a Norwegian stock exchange to buy, for example, KOG oil? I have no idea. I have no idea how the European market works, so I don't even pay attention to it. Chrysler, your camera and your landscape view, just focus it on the big monitor at your back. I didn't know it was on landscape view. Is it really on landscape? That's funny. I'll have to check into that, but thank you. All right, what else do we have? Cause and Astra, thank you. Alex, Wallet Whisperer. These are covered calls. Yes, they are. Can you do SoFi? Why? Mr. Rico, why would I do SoFi? Big day tomorrow? I don't know, it's just a regular day. Fagzeeks and Fatec are really good. Never heard of either one. We'll take a look next time. Cool Spirit, interesting, thank you. SoFi, why do you want SoFi? Okay, hold on. I don't know why people like SoFi. SOFI. Do you know why it is? Do you know why? Because the commercials, they ram that crap down your throat. They do. Do they really care whether it's good or not for you? No, they don't. You know why I don't like SoFi? Where the hell did that go? I just saw it a second ago. There are no dividends. Okay? SoFi does not share their profits. So why the hell would I want to invest in SoFi? Think about it. Anything that is commercially marketed and you see on TV, buy, yeah, there's got to be something up with it. Any videos on your Thinkorswim setup? Yes, the older videos from 15, 16 years ago. I got to make a new one. I got to update my website. It's terrible. My son's supposed to be doing it, but he's concentrating on other things. Mikasa, CEG holds nuke power. Don't care. If it's not consistently profitable, I don't care. What's the name on YouTube? Christo. It's the exact same name where you are. Okay, you're on the 10MinuteTrader website. On TikTok. YouTube, exact same name, the 10MinuteTrader. Got it. All right, John Bohe. All right. Eric wants to take a look at spaghetti. Mikasa. If you only do a call for 1 week, why does the dividend history matter so much? Uh-oh. Newbie alert. Ding, 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 ding. Do you know why I say newbie alert? Because a dividend is the company giving back you profits. Okay, and the dividend is a portion of the company's profits that they give back to you, the shareholder. Let me explain how it works. Okay, what you're looking at behind me is called an EX dividend calendar. It's basically like your regular everyday calendar. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, blah, 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 blah. Okay, these little green dots. Those little green dots represent companies getting ready to pay a dividend. Why do you think they're on a calendar? Why do you think I'm showing it to you? Aflac, Consolidated Edison, Dover, 3M, Emerson Electric, Smuckers, ExxonMobil, Target, IBM. You've heard of all of them. Here's why dividends are important. Dividend stocks are dependable, predictable, and consistent. Okay? That means if I want to collect the dividend on either one of these companies, I got to buy it before this date. There's 4 dates to remember. Date number 1, the announcement date. Let's pick one. Johnson & Johnson. There we go. Johnson & Johnson. The first date, the announcement date. Good afternoon, this is your Johnson & Johnson spokesperson. This is how much money we made this year, and this is how much money you're going to get. It's the announcement date. They announce what dividends are going to be and how you're going to get them. Okay? The announcement date. Date number 2, the EX dividend date. If you want to collect that dividend, $1.30 on Johnson & Johnson, you got to buy the stock before the EX date, the 24th. Which means you got to buy the stock on the 18th, the 10th, the 5th, the 13th, the 20th, the 23rd. Any date before this date, the EX date. Okay? Date number 3, date of record. Whoever owns the stock on the date of record is entitled to the dividend. Whoop-a-dee-doo. Hold on, I got to fix this. Date number 4. Payment date, that's when you get your money. So why are we looking at the calendar? Because if I want Johnson & Johnson's dividend, I've got to buy it before this date. Now, the reason why dividends are so important is before this date, before the EX date, the stocks have a tendency to go up in value. I'm going to say it again so you understand. By knowing when the stock pays its dividend, the stock goes up in value. Did you get that? By knowing when the stock's paying its dividend, just before the dividend, the stock goes up. They are predictable. They do the same thing every 90 days. First quarter, January, February, March. Second quarter, April, May, June. Third quarter, July, August, September. Fourth quarter, October, November, December. Each quarter, 4 quarters, has 13 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 13. After it gets to 13, what happens? It starts over at 1. 1, 2, 3, all the way to 13. The interesting thing about that Each quarter has 13 weeks. The first quarter of week, first week of the first quarter looks the exact same as the first week of the second quarter. Looks the exact same as the week of the third quarter and the fourth quarter. They're the exact same every quarter, every 90 days. The list starts over and over and over again. It's like a revolving door. You start at week number 1, and you go to week number 13, and then you start at week 1 again, week number 13, over and it's boring as hell. It's the same thing over and over and over again. But you know what else? It's consistently profitable. But if 1 week on a given stock, it's likely that you will miss the dividend date. I'm not looking for see, you're missing it. Seriously, you're missing what I'm saying. I don't want the dividend. Look at the dividend. It's $1.30. $1.30 once every 90 days, once every 13 weeks. Let's take a look at what the premium is. Okay, Johnson & Johnson, J&J. Okay, the current price for Johnson & Johnson is $245. The $245 is going for $174. Why would I want the dividend $160 when I can get, the dividend once every 90 days, 4 times a year, when I can get the premium $174 every single week? It's not going to be $174 every week, but you see what I mean. I could get the dividend. Let me go back again. The dividend is $130, and it's paid once every 90 days, every 13 weeks. I don't want the dividend. I want the premium. The premium was $174. If I buy the stock at $245, and I sell it at $245, I honestly don't care about the stock. I care about the $174 every single week. Week after week after week after week, every single week. All right, I'm going to leave on that note. You guys have a great day. We're going to do this all over again tomorrow. And for those of you in the morning trading group, which we do have a morning trading group, you get to watch everything that I do. You get to ask me questions. You got that, Mikasa? I don't want the dividend. I want the premium going into the dividend. I want to get in, I want to get out. That's it. All right, you guys have a great day. We're going to do this all over again tomorrow. See you then. Have a lovely night. Ending early tonight. Yes. Okay, I was on earlier today. I think I did 3.5 hours earlier today because the market was closed. I had nothing to do. So I said, hell, let's just do one. All right, guys, have a great day, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. You're always a day away. Okay, who do we got? Papa Bear! Love the show. Can you tell me how to sign up for your membership? And what are the benefits aside from this free channel? Thank you. The benefits is you get to watch what I'm doing. You get to ask me questions. You get to take a look at all the stocks that I'm buying and I'm selling. And I've been doing this for 30 years. Anyway, have a great night. See you guys again tomorrow.